If you like honey buns, then oh, chances are you are going to love this honey bun cake. We're going to make it from scratch today and we're going to top it with the best vanilla honey glaze ever. This cake, y'all, it is pure trouble. Like, I know it, pure trouble. I have no business eating it. I have no business making it, but you know, these type of desserts are always calling my name, so I must answer. Y'all ready? Let's go. Okay, first step, dry ingredients. We're going to add our flour to a bowl. Next, we're going to add in some baking powder, baking soda, and salt. We're going to whisk this all around, get it all combined. And this is just my yellow cake recipe. I love this recipe, and it's the perfect base for this honey bun cake. Okay, for our wet ingredients, I'm going to add my stick of butter, 2 sticks of butter into a large bowl. Make sure it's nice and soft and room temperature. That way it'll kind of, cream together with our sugar really easily. And there's our sugar going in, regular old granulated sugar. I like to do this, a little bit at a time, mixing those two together. Make sure you scrape down the sides of your bowl. We don't want any pieces of sugar hanging out on the sides, okay? Next, we're going to add in our eggs. I have 2 eggs I'm going to put in here. Make sure your eggs are room temperature eggs. It just mixes in so much easier. So dump those eggs in. Okay, we're going to mix this all together just until the eggs are combined. Next, I'm going to add in 2 egg yolks. And this will make our cake really yellow. It's not going to look yellow when it's going into the oven, but it's going to get really dark, you'll see. Okay, next I'm going to add in my vanilla extract. All right, dump that in and make sure you got that side of the bowl scraped down really good. Okay, that looks great. Okay, so now it's my least favorite part always is mixing the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, and we're going to alternate it with buttermilk. Okay, add a little bit of buttermilk in there. You can do this a little bit at a time. I usually do flour, a little bit of buttermilk, flour, and then some buttermilk. It just ensures that everything gets mixed in there without over mixing the batter. Okay, so we're going to mix it up just until all that flour is worked in. You got all your buttermilk in there, and then you will be good to go. Your batter should look nice and fluffy and soft and whipped, kind of like this right here. Nice and fluffy batter that is perfect. Okay, all right, so now we can move along. I have my casserole dish here all greased up, so I'm going to plop down half of this batter into the bottom. Just plop it on down just like this, and then we're going to just kind of smooth it on out. Get you like an offset spatula. It makes smoothing that batter so much easier. Okay, all right, that looks great. So we're going to sprinkle it with some cinnamon sugar. You can do a thick layer if you want to. You can do a thin layer, but just get that cinnamon sugar on there. And of course, the recipe with all the measurements on my blog, divasandcook.com. Go check it out. Okay, now for the remaining batter, just plop that on there, and then just very gently spread it on out until it's in a nice even layer, just like this. That looks so perfect. Okay, now we're going to add on one last layer of the cinnamon sugar. This doesn't have to be thick, just enough to kind of cover the top, because this cinnamon sugar is going to create like a little crust on top. It's gonna be so good. Okay, now I like to swirl just the top part of the batter. I don't take it all the way down, just that little top layer. I'll do like a little swirl, like that. Yep. We're gonna pop it into the oven 325 for about 45 to 50 minutes. When it comes out, it's gonna look a little ugly. It is, okay? That looks kind of ugly, but this is how we want it to look, because we're gonna pour on some glaze. All right, so I got some powdered sugar. I'm gonna add a little bit of melted butter. I'm gonna add some vanilla extract and some honey. A little bit of honey. Gotta have honey. It's a honey bun cake, A little bit of honey and some milk. Just enough milk until you have a nice, silky, pourable glaze. Okay, so just add as much as you need to get that nice silky texture. Stir it up real good, and then once you are happy with that, we're going to add a little bit of salt just to kind of balance out that sweetness, just a little pinch, not much. Okay, so that looks good. It's all pourable. Yep, that's what I want. So now go ahead and pour this right over your hot cake. You want the cake to be really hot right out of the oven, so yeah, pour it over your hot cake just like that, and then just spread it out. Ooh, this is where I start getting happy, because I can tell it's gonna be bomb tickety. Okay, so that looks good. Let it cool about 20 minutes. I put it in the fridge. That way everything sets up. It cuts into perfect little bars, because when it's hot, it's just gonna be a mess. But look at that, y'all. Now this texture, I don't know who invented this cake, but every time I eat this cake, I'm like, why would they do that? This cake is pure sin. It is pure sin, but it is just so doggone good. We love this cake in my house, and I think you're gonna like it too. That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Later.